What is going on, you guys? Boss Stan Stella here, and we are back with my WWE 2K14 universe. This is the last Monday Night Raw before the our first official pay-per-view, Extreme Rules. Yeah, we're still in our first month. Feels like we've been doing this for a while, but because of that long break I took, we got to catch up on some stuff. That's why I'm going to try and upload things quickly now. Right now we have The Miz and David Otunga, two guys who have won their matches so far this year, and two guys that are competing for a spot at that Intercontinental title here tonight. Not a single spot. They will be involved in a, I want to say, fatal four-way for that title because we got another match coming up next to determine who will also be in there. But so far we've got Jack Swagger versus Tensai, and the winner of this match will be involved in that match. So two guys who have never gotten a shot at the Intercontinental title, and actually the next two guys who are wrestling later tonight have never gotten a spot either, or have never gotten a shot either. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what happens. I really can't. But yeah, both these guys have been doing pretty well this year. The Miz has a record of 3-5, and one of his wins came earlier this year. David Otunga, he is 5-8, but he is really looking to get back up there. So far this year, he showed us a lot in that Battle Royal. I believe both these guys actually won Battle Royals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I know what Battle Royal the Miz won because he eliminated like everybody in that match. He got like 4 pinfalls or something. It was really awesome. But yeah, and then yeah, that's these guys' dream. I have a feeling that is one of these guys' years. They haven't shown me much of anything in the past. The Miz he's been competing for the last 2 seasons. He's only been in 8 matches. But I guess this will be his 9th match. And same with David Otunga. I mean, he did, trying to figure out what he did last year. He didn't really do much of anything. I know he was he television champion? I gotta check that out. Was David Otunga television champion? Let's go see. I know he wrestled for the television championship. I just don't know if he won it. David Otunga, no, I guess he did not. But, you know what, maybe, I mean, we don't have the television championship anymore. I was about to say maybe he can win it this year, but no, we do not have it. Imagine how much different this universe mode would be if we had a television champion. That would be kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking about this now. You know how if you guys have been watching my stuff for a while, you know that in Royal Rumbles I don't allow champions to be in there. I guess that's just one more guy who's legible for, or who is he's able to compete in championship match or the Royal Rumble match. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But I guess that's one plus. Yeah, these guys. I love to see young talent like this. Both these guys are have been competing since WWE 12. David Otunga was actually I think he's been around since like the very beginning. I feel like the Miz was on this first Monday Night Raw show. I know Otunga wrestled in the first pay-per-view, but I don't know. I don't know. But this is a chance for all these guys to just renew their careers. And, I can't wait to see what happens. Is Miz going to win it right here? 1, 2, and... Oh, that was such a close one. Imagine if the Miz, the guy who has just been sort of trailing his entire career, imagine if he could win the Intercontinental Championship. Same with David Otunga. That would put a big mark on these guys' resumes. I've always liked David Otunga. I have a feeling he will not be in next year's game, so I'm trying to get as much use out of this. I'm trying to push him a little bit. I want to see David Otunga succeed. And if he wins this one, then he will have just that opportunity. But, David Otunga has not been on TV very much. He hasn't really, I think the last match he wrestled in was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, in real life. So, yeah, I want to give him as much use as possible in this game because he's never really done much in my universe mode. But yeah, Otunga, he's gonna try and crank in that submission, and that's like a abdominal stretch variation. I'm not even sure what that is. It looks unique though. And could he get the win here from that submission? I don't remember anything about this match, so I'm just watching it with you guys. I think I must have been out of the room just letting this match get recorded. But yeah, I'm not sure what happens in it. But David Otunga, he's just lifting fireman's carry. It's not the fireman's carry, is it? Nah, it's something. Just military press. That's what it is. 1, 2, and just a 2 count by David Otunga. I'm very excited for this first pay-per-view. I have a feeling that a lot of change is going to be made. We have a number one contenders match for Brock Lesnar's SG Gaming League title later tonight, and we have What other title? We have the finals of that tag team tournament at Extreme Rules. So we're gonna crown new tag team champions regardless. What else are we doing? Oh, David Otunga with very nice belly to belly press or something. 1, 2, and 3. David Otunga gets the victory from the Miz. That's putting him really far up. He's gonna be in his another pay-per-view. That's awesome. He's gonna be competing for that Intercontinental title. It's about time David Otunga does something with his life. It sounds mean to say, but you know, he's just been. I've wanted him to do something for a very long time, and he finally is. He's finally taken a hold. He's 2-0 this season, you know, and that's pretty impressive. Let's see if he can be 3-0 and possibly our next Intercontinental champion. Jack Swagger's held that thing for a while. You know, it's definitely very possible. Alright, you guys, it's time for our second match of the evening. It is going to be another match to see who's going to get into that Fatal 4-Way at Extreme Rules. It is going to be Ambrosius taking on Damien Sandow. Now, both these guys, they are both 1-0 this season, along with The Miz and David Otunga. So, yeah, whoever wins this match is going to get into that match. And to be honest with you, I'd like to see either of these guys. I'm a little bit biased towards Ambrosius, pretty much just because I feel like sort of a father to him. You know, because I raised him over in NXT. You know, I created this guy. I watched him grow and develop and eventually win NXT. So, yeah, I'm a little bit biased towards Ambrosius. But Damien Sandow, I like to see guys take a hold of opportunity. I like to see guys, you know, just grab the reins and do what they need to do and get big wins. Damien Sandow, he was actually supposed to be in last season of Universe Mode of SG Gaming League. But I just never booked him because I never really had a spot for him. So he is making his debut this season. And I'm a little bit worried about that because I'm not sure if Damien Sandow is going to be involved in the next game. I mean, they are using him quite a bit on WWE television. But he has he's not getting wins, and he's sort of just like a joke character. Like he's like the new who's a joke character back then? There's always one. It was like, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit worried about him not being in next game. So, as opposed to having 2 seasons of action, he could only have 1, you know, and then be released. But I don't know. Something tells me that if he is not in next year's game, that I will pull some strings to get him on the roster if he does well this season. If he gets fired, you know, if he loses 4 matches in a row and gets fired, then obviously I'm not going to try very hard to get him in. I know let me just reiterate on that. You know, the statement I made last week, the 4 and you're out rule. Pretty much, it's sort of like how they do it in the UFC, where if you lose 4 matches in a row, then you get fired. And we really need that, I feel like, this year, because there are a lot of guys who there are a lot of guys in this universe mode. There's an upwards of over 80 superstars in combined in both rosters, and I can't fit them into 5 matches a week. You know, I can't do that. So really, I'm just looking to get rid of some people, get rid of some dead weight. And you know, if you lose 4 matches in a row, you are dead weight. You're definitely some dead weight. But yeah, and obviously it just started this season, so it's not going to correlate with like their losses last season. Like I hate to say it, but The Rock. No, The Rock lost like 7 straight last year, or maybe he only had 4 losses. I'm not even sure. I know he never got any wins, and yeah, that's like he would have been fired last year, but I'm not going to fire him now because it's sort of like a fresh start. Even though your old record does still, you know, remain. Like if The Rock were to appear this year, period. You know, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use him at all. But if he were to appear this year and then get a win, you know, then he would be 1-4 or 1-5 or whatever his current record is. But yeah, you know what? I have a feeling I will give The Rock a shot at least once, you know, just to see what happens. And Ambrosius looking to hit that finishing maneuver. Not really sure what it's called, but it has. Well, it's sort of like a finishing maneuver. It's not an official finisher. His real finisher is the full Nelson lock. I don't have a name for that yet. I probably should. But yeah, we saw it utilized a lot in NXT, and I believe it won him his match against Titus O'Neil in the first or second week. But or it's something, I don't know. I know it put him pretty far in his career, but yeah, so he's just sort of held on to that move. You know, there's no reason to change it. If it's working, then don't change it. You know. But Damien Sandow, on the other hand, I'm not really sure what his finisher is. I think it's like, I don't know. And have you guys ever noticed that recently in WWE he's completely dropped his Savior of the Masses gimmick? Like the intellectual savior? He's not that guy anymore. Like he's just doing stuff, you know? Like he was the interpretive dancer and then he was like LeBron James in that Battle Royal. And then he did like, he was, who was he? He was Magneto. Like he's just doing different stuff. He's sort of like the joke wrestler. But yeah, I'm not really sure what his gimmick is anymore. Like it's not the savior of the masses. It's just like he's the same guy obviously, but oh my god, look at what Ambrosius just did. He just did a springboard uppercut. This could easily be it right there, and yes it is. Ambrosius moves on to the Intercontinental Championship match at the pay-per-view. Ambrosius' very first pay-per-view in his third match since arriving in the WWE. That's pretty crazy. Very proud of Ambrosius right now. Oh, he's not even letting the referee congratulate him. He is just all on his own. He's always sort of had this personality, you know, even back in NXT when I used to watch him. He's always sort of been this cocky, you know, he just wants to do things for himself, and that I have a feeling that my bets are on Ambrosius for this pay-per-view. I honestly think he can do it. This guy's been on fire since coming in here. Well, actually, it's not officially his third match because he was in the Royal Rumble and he was in the Titus O'Neil and then he beat Damien Sandow. And so it would be his fourth match. But anyways, here's our number one contenders match. It is going to be a triple threat steel cage match. It is going to be between Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Batista. And now, right now, you are seeing Randy Orton coming out here. And the thing about this match is that all of these guys are former SG Gaming League champions. But Randy Orton is the only one who has ever wrestled Brock Lesnar for that title. He did not win. So that's sort of why I'm hoping he doesn't win this match, just because I would love to see Sheamus versus Brock, and I'd love to see Batista versus Brock. You know, I think that would be pretty cool, pretty cool couple matches. If Randy Orton does win, then I'm not going to be that excited about this pay-per-view, just because, it's sort of like I'm predicting him to lose. I'm predicting Brock Lesnar to capture that title. But if Batista wins, or if Sheamus wins, then I'm a little bit more looking forward to it, because Sheamus actually beat Triple H this year. Sheamus is, he's doing well so far, and he got a lot of wins last year, and he really showed up. He's really been showing up lately. Sheamus actually, let's see what Randy Orton's record is first. Orton is 6-5, and he has all these guys have actually really good. All these guys in this match have winning records. Orton is 6-5, Batista is 5-4, and Sheamus is 11-10. So this guy's been in 21 matches. He is by far the most seasoned out of all these guys. But mostly because I really didn't use Randy Orton a lot in WWE 12, and I used Sheamus a lot, and I used Batista sort of. He debuted at like a pay-per-view or something, and then he had a couple appearances, but he was enough to be champion. But Batista and Sheamus, these guys actually do know each other. They when Sheamus won the Money in the Bank ladder match in WWE 12, he actually cashed it in on Batista at Over the Limit 2012, and he won the title from him. He beat him in a steel cage, and so this is pretty cool that or actually I don't know if he beat him. I know he beat him after Batista's steel cage match with CM Punk, but yeah, I think that's kind of cool how these guys have wrestled each other for the title before, and they had a rivalry back in WWE 12. So we're gonna see if this rivalry comes back full circle, and if these guys, if they get into it in this match, that'd be awesome. Here's Batista entering now, and Batista, he's been a guy that I was excited to hear that he was in this game. I was excited to hear that he was coming back to WWE. I'm glad that he was more of a regular than I thought he was going to be, sort of a part-timer like Lesnar or The Rock, or but he showed up. He showed up. He came to wrestle. He won the Royal Rumble, which many think that was not the best thing for the company, not best for business, but I tend to agree with them. But I think I'll get into all that in a different video. I have like a 20-minute On the Mind of Boss Tensal where I just literally talk about everything that's going on in WWE, because I missed a lot. You guys know I missed like 3 or 4 months of talking about this stuff, and it's a lot to just put into one video. I'm not going to sit here in the middle of this match and just talk to you guys about everything that's going on and all my opinions. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I will talk about this match, and then I'll get into an On the Mind of Boss Stands Tall, where I talk about talk about the releases as of late. I talk about Batista. I talk about Undertaker's streak. I'm going to talk about everything. I'm going to talk about how I feel about the company. I'm even going to talk about TNA. But yeah, you know what? That's I'll actually talk about. I'm going to talk about everything. I'm honestly going to talk about everything. And if you guys want to sit through the full 20 minutes and talk and listen, you know, that's your guys' choice. I would recommend it because I have a feeling that it's going to be a very informative video. And that time clock at the bottom, I have decided that you know, these triple threat steel cage matches, they usually go on for a really, really long time. So to prevent that, usually in this game they are better, but to prevent that, I have put a 15-minute time limit on this match. Just, you know, because, and if it does get past the time limit, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, just because I don't want this match just going on and on for like 20 minutes, 25, you know, because it's happened before. In that last year at WrestleMania with the Big Show, Triple H, and Tensai, it was a, you know, that match was like 20 minutes long, and it was a steel cage triple threat, or a Hell in a Cell triple threat match. And you know, these triple threat matches, they go for a while. But right now we see Randy Orton just unloading on Sheamus, two guys who I believe have seen each other in the past. And Randy Orton and Batista, I'm not really sure if these guys have wrestled. I actually don't think they have. I don't think they've met each other. But now they are, and it's going to be a great match. All these three guys in here are some of the best talent we have. Honestly, my picks for this match, I'm going to say, what am I going to say? I'm going to say, based on past wins, I'm probably going to say that Sheamus is going to win this match. Just because he did beat Triple H, who was the former 3-time, I think, undisputed champion. Let's actually go check my logic. We don't even have the undisputed championship anymore, but Triple H, yes, he was a 3-time undisputed champion. That's pretty awesome. Combined reign of like close to half a year or something. It was really good. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Sheamus beat him this year, and I thought Triple H was gonna be a valuable asset on Raw. I was very excited to hear that he was coming to Raw and to draft him to Raw. You know, so he could get a chance against all these guys. Last season, he got to wrestle guys like Mankind and The Rock, and you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker. This year he's going to get to wrestle guys like Brock Lesnar, hopefully, and Batista, and Sheamus, and Randy Orton. And he's already experienced a little bit of what Raw has to offer. He got Brogue kicked straight in the mouth, and Sheamus beat him, but you know, that's how Sheamus got himself into this match. And Randy Orton, I believe he beat CM Punk and Big Show. And those are all the other two main eventers. Big Show, obviously, former #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. He won that Royal Rumble last year. And, you know, he was really a guy who I was excited to have on Raw as well. You know, that's another guy that he and Triple H came from SmackDown. They came from the land of the Attitude Era. And, you know, they're here. And Batista, on the other hand, he has not seen any action since WWE 12, aside from his match with Antonio Cesaro, which he did win. So all these guys are coming in this match with a win. I wouldn't have given him this match if they didn't come in with a win. If Antonio Cesaro had beaten Batista, I might have put Cesaro in there, except, I don't know. I actually don't know, because Cesaro, he sucked a little bit last year. He didn't really show me a lot last year. I think his biggest win was like against Yoshitatsu or something. It was something not great. But yeah, and I'm all about giving guys opportunities. Cesaro, his opportunity to wrestle Batista, that was going to be a big one. The debuting Batista, or the returning Batista. You know, he had a lot of ring rust, and Cesaro, he wrestled last season. He's going to continue to wrestle last season. Obviously, this won't be his last match. Maybe if he loses 4 straight, then it'll be his last match. But, yeah, and by the way, that does go for champions, too, and NXT rookies who are just coming in. Because I do have the next season of NXT coming up. So if the guy who wins NXT, if he gets in here, and Randy Orton, it looks like he was just stalking him, but Batista just completely took his finishing move. Powerbomb, Batista bomb Sheamus, and Randy Orton is saying, screw it, I'm leaving. Now both these guys are leaving. Sheamus is just down in the middle. Which one of these guys is going to get up there first, I think? Looks like Randy Orton right now. Batista, he's got his hands in the exact same spot. It's going to be really, really close. Batista, you got to hurry. Randy Orton, he's over the cage. And it looks like Randy Orton does win this match. A little bit disappointing just because we have already seen Big Show versus Randy Orton. But, you know, maybe Randy, he's getting a lot of wins lately in a lot of triple threat matches. So we're going to see if this season he's any better. If he can possibly beat Brock Lesnar for that championship. Randy Orton's never held a title before. So we're gonna see if this is gonna be his first time ever holding the title. That would be really, really interesting to see. I mean, I guess, and you know what's kind of funny? Randy Orton actually wrestled Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules last year. This is 2 straight Extreme Rules with the same WWE or SG Gaming League title match, which you know, it's a little bit bittersweet, but it's gonna be a good match. I feel like. I don't feel like it's gonna disappoint us. I really don't. But I guess we're gonna see. Alright, you guys, it is time for our dark match of the evening. Tonight we're going to have the Wyatt family taking on Latino Masked Heat, whatever these guys are called. I think I've been calling these guys Masked Heat, but I wasn't really sure. And the weird part in this match that I wanted to show you guys happened right about here. When Eddie tagged in Sin Cara, Eddie would come into the match and just, bam, just hit Sin Cara straight in the face. These guys were a newly formed tag team. Neither of these teams had any wins yet. And Eddie, he just walked right on a potential pretty good tag team match. Obviously, Sin Cara would have some difficulties because it was now a handicap match, and this move pretty much did it. Gave Luke Harper the win. As you can see, with that big sit-out powerbomb, Luke Harper was able to capture the win, and Wyatt family finally gets their first win. Alright, you guys, it is time for our main event of the evening. This is considered Brock Lesnar's tune-up match for this Sunday, as he gets John Cena here tonight. And Brock Lesnar, as you can see, he is coming out with Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger, as you may have known from watching it last year, Jack Swagger is a member of Brock Lesnar's faction Team Lesnar. And you know, Brock and Swagger, these guys have really had a friendship blooming over the couple seasons. You know, these guys, they have a lot of respect for each other. Jack Swagger really looks up to Brock. And Jack Swagger is the current Intercontinental Champion. I'm not sure why he's not coming to the ring with his championship. But, yeah, he is the Intercontinental Championship. He has held it for a very long time. And same with Lesnar. Lesnar has held it for over 100-something days now. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of days that he's held this title. And maybe he's going to lose it to Randy Orton this Sunday. Not really sure. But John Cena, here's a guy that hasn't really shown a whole lot. Lived up to his true potential. He is a former SG Gaming League Championship, but that was he beat Triple H on the very first pay-per-view. It was at Royal Rumble, I believe. Yeah, Royal Rumble 2012. John Cena beat Triple H for that SG Gaming League Championship, and ever since, I believe he lost it to who did he lose it to? John Cena. Let's go see. I have this record book, and I rarely use it. SG Gaming League Championship. He lost the title to CM Punk. That's right, because he lost it at in the Elimination Chamber. That's what happened. And CM Punk held it for 84 days, which used to be the record until Brock Lesnar just came in and just completely stomped it out. You know, with his over 100 days. I don't even know the approximate number of days that he's held it so far, but yeah. And then John Cena would get an opportunity at Jack Swagger's Intercontinental Championship, and Jack Swagger did beat him. I believe it was at Over the Limit of last year. So Jack Swagger, the guy standing at ringside watching this match, he does have experience in beating John Cena before. I believe Brock Lesnar and John Cena have locked up in the past. I'm not really sure though. I can't remember any significant matches. But yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be too hard for Brock Lesnar to win. That's why I just pretty much called it a tune-up match. You know, he's John Cena's never really proven to be too much of a threat in SG Gaming League. But if John Cena can beat Brock Lesnar this week or in this match, then he's going to be high up there in the world title contention. He's not going to, or maybe excuse me. But maybe just to make it a little more interesting, maybe if John Cena wins this, I'll put him in the triple threat match. I wouldn't have normally done that if it was anybody else but Randy Orton who's going to be wrestling in this match, because I want to make it a little bit more exciting. You know, I want to just because Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar, we've seen it before. You know, we've seen Brock Lesnar beat Randy Orton, and he completely, you know, he decimated him, he massacred him, he put Randy Orton out for like a month and a half because of a concussion or a broken collarbone or something. He gave him a whole bunch of stuff. Speaking of being out for a little while, Brock Lesnar did put Ryback out for like 6 to 8 weeks, I believe. So he should be coming back midway through next month. But yeah, it did suck for for Ryback to have to miss this much action because of an injury. Those guys beat each other up at WrestleMania. It was Ryback versus Brock Lesnar for that title, and Brock Lesnar absolutely cremated Ryback. It was horrible. It was like watching a murder. And but you know, both these guys were just gushing blood at the end. You know, they really did beat each other up. There was many F5s hit, many shell shocks hit. Brock Lesnar powerbombed Ryback on a steel steps and was just tossing him around. It was one of the best matches. It was one of the biggest. It was a disappointment for sure, but it was one of the biggest massacres I've ever seen in SG Gaming League history. That may go down as maybe the biggest massacre ever. Brock Lesnar, speaking of massacre, he's pretty much just stomping John Cena into the floor right now as Jack Swagger looks on pretty proud of his mentor. And I guarantee you, when Brock Lesnar watched Swagger beat John Cena last week, he must have been really proud of him. I mean, you know, beating John Cena, even though he's not good in SG Gaming League, he's supposed to be good. He's like a pretty high overall. He's like a 95 overall. You know, maybe this will be the year of John Cena. Let's see what he does right now. It looks like he just hit that fisherman suplex, one of his signature maneuvers. He's really coming back. He's on a comeback. And I did lower John Cena's overall just a little bit for the season, just because I didn't want him to go from sucking to being amazing and beating everybody, because that's a little bit unrealistic. All the guys who just sucked last season, I did lower their overalls a couple points, and all the guys who were great last season, I raised it. Like Tensai. Tensai was like an 82 in this game, but just because he was so good last season, I decided to bump his overall up a little bit. John Cena, what the hell is he going to do here? Did he just F5 Brock Lesnar? You don't do that to Brock Lesnar. If he gets a pin off this, then I'm going to be really upset. And it looks like Jack Swagger just saying, what the hell is this? I'm not letting this happen. And Brock Lesnar kicked out at least a 4 count. So that probably could have been a win for John Cena. That would have been really disappointing in my opinion. But Brock Lesnar, he's just stalking John Cena, just whipping him straight out of that ring, and now he's pissed. Brock Lesnar, he just looks pissed. His face is as red as his trunks, or the Monday Night Raw logo. And oh no, what is this? We saw him do this to Ryback. Powerbomb him straight onto the floor. Brock is just upset, angry. And Cena, he's trying to reverse it though. He's trying to get some momentum, and yes, he does. He knocks Brock right down to the floor. It's got to be pissing him off even more. And Brock throwing John Cena into the ring and just kicking him straight in the head, as you can see right there. Counts up to 5, and now he gets back into the ring. Lesnar, is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it again. He's not even done hurting him on that outside. He just wants to cause even more damage to John Cena, and you know, on the outside, any moves on this outside, they hurt 10 times more. He just gives him a nice backbreaker right there onto his knee, and Brock, oh no, not again! Don't do this again, Brock. Power bomb. Look at Cena's back just contort when he hits that ground. It's bad. It's bad to watch. Now straight back into the ring. I think he's probably done with him now on the outside. And oh no, here he goes. He's going to show him how to really do that F5. Here we go. Brock Lesnar is going for a ride. Boom, F5 to John Cena. And that is how you're supposed to do an F5. Let's see if Brock can get any success off of that. Just completely just burying John Cena in this match. 1, 2, and what's just a 2 count? That's insane. And now John Cena's reversing it again. Let's see what's going to happen. Could John Cena possibly win this match? That would be crazy. And Cena Brock just eye pokes him. Well, I'm getting the hype watching this match, you guys. I don't know about you. Lesnar, let's see anything he has left in his arsenal. Looks like he's going to, just a fall away slam. Very, very effective. He's going to pin him. 1, 2, and that's about it. John Cena is done, and Brock Lesnar getting a win in this contest. Brock Lesnar up to 22 wins. That is insane. Anyways, you guys, that is it for me. Boss Stands Tall is out. But wait, what is this? That's Goldberg. Goldberg just attacks both these men. Oh my God, you know he's trying to make a statement to the champ.